Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Krayzie Bone. And if you're looking for your next favorite podcast, stop searching and let Potable do the work for you. Potable is the only podcast listening platform that uses artificial intelligence to recommend podcasts tailored directly to you. Import your favorites automatically and instantly discover countless options. Download Potable in the iOS App Store or visit potable.co to access a world of discovery. That's Potable. Podibble. Potable.
Ain't no telling what we can get into after hours.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Quick Fix After Hours. I am your host, Krayzie Bone.
I am the California bum, Keef G.
And once again, we back up in here with some of this good conversation.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Hope all y'all have had a very blessed week or weekend, whatever it is you've been doing, you know what I'm saying? Hope it's been blessed.
Productive with their endeavors. I learned that word a couple of weeks ago.
Very, very productive. And we have been very productive these last few weeks, too.
Oh, yeah.
Just doing a lot of things, man. You know, just to bring y'all up to date, you know, I have a single that's about to be released, Assassin.
Talk to him about it.
You know, that will be released July 20th. Also, we have a song with Wiz Khalifa.
Shouts out Wiz!
Coming out on this new album.
Pittsburgh in the house.
You know what I'm saying? We have that. Just did a video with the cat, Damon Elliott.
Yeah.
Damon Elliott.
Goes by the name of the performance name Nomad under the reggae.
Nomad, you know what I'm saying? For those of y'all that don't know him, he is the person that produced Flesh and Bones' first couple projects.
Yeah, also big things with Mariah Carey also too, I think.
Yeah.
And
a lot of
couple
things.
other folks, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of things. But yeah, man, just on the move. And also don't forget 420 Vapes, y'all. Strands of Legend.
Woo!
In full production, as a matter of fact, almost ready to be delivered to y'all, so y'all can go and get your vape on. Vape with the greats.
Check your local dispensaries, especially in California. We'll be launching it first. Strands of Legend, Krayzie Bones first, and only vapor. You know what I'm saying? It was coming with all three different things with the indica, sativa, and the hybrid, and also the flower. So check out your local places for that. Look on your Weed Maps location to see where you can find that.
Yes, indeed, man. So I want to jump right into this the topic for this this podcast.
Let's get
episode,
right to
you know
it,
what I'm
bro.
saying? This one is a very interesting one. You know what I'm saying? It's we're going to talk about the mass media's mass distraction.
Say that one more time too, because when you told me that earlier, I like that the way you put that together, and that's exactly what it is, bro.
The mass media's
mass distraction.
Mass distraction. You know what I'm saying? Because we talk about this all the time, and I feel they have a lot to do with, the propaganda that gets. Well, they have everything to do with the propaganda that gets passed around on a very, very high scale.
Yeah.
And it's more misleading than it is informing.
Because it's so safe. It seems like a source of information that's so safe. You wake up and you go to channel 5 or 2 or whatever your local places where you live in whatever state to your channels. But these are people you wake up with every day, and you feel that this information is concrete because they're reporters and journalists. You know what I'm saying? But as you're going to go on and listen to this episode here, you'll see that a lot of this is programmed, as my man talking about.
Yes, indeed. So in order to understand like for those of you who don't really know what the mass media is, it is a major corporation. It's just not a phrase. It's just not something you say for the paparazzi, No, it is a very, very big corporation. And the mass media is a diversified collection of media technologies that reach a large audience via mass communications. The technologies through which this communication takes place include a variety of outlets. Now, the mass media controls, this is what they control.
Talk to us.
For y'all that don't know. They control the movie studios, the publishing companies, and radio and TV stations. They're all under control of the mass media. But there are different types of media. You know what I'm saying? We have outdoor media.
Okay.
Which transmit information via such media as AR advertising, billboards, blimps, flying billboards, signs being toted by the airplane,
skywriting,
play cars or kiosk plates inside or outside buses, commercial buildings, shops, sports, stadiums, subway cars, or trains, signs, and like you just said, skywriting. And also graffiti.
Yeah, the subway.
Hey,
Ramo.
That's a ghetto. That's a ghetto form of media.
And it really is though. That's the ghetto newspaper.
You know, and then we also have what you call print media. Now this is with print media, you transmit information via physical objects such as books, comics, magazines, newspaper, pamphlets. And even event organizing and public speaking can be considered forms of mass media. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So here we have all these forms of media. It's everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's all around us. Everywhere we go, we look at just sitting in this room. In this man cave, when I got in here, like
there's different facets of mass media.
Yeah, you know, different. Just everywhere we go, it's on our phones. It's when we ride in the car, the billboards. What Allison said the other day when we ride in the car, she said, "There's so many billboards. It's hard to."
Yeah, she said it's hard to pay. Yeah, hard to keep focused on the road because everything is going around in the car.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
out in Hollywood.
So it's very clear that in this modern world of technology that we live in today, that we bombarded with a tremendous amount of media outlets, whether it's entertainment, political, sports, and not to mention the most popular of our time, the social media.
Yes,
which is crazy. Now, with all these different media outlets, it makes it very difficult for anybody to decipher, you know, through all the propaganda. Mm-hmm. And it makes it very easy to become confused, not knowing what's real, what's fake.
That's real true, right there.
Because see, people get caught up in that. Like it's so much, there's so many people talking their truths. It's like you don't know what to believe.
Yeah, and
the
also
true is being mixed in with the fake, and it's just that one mixed up pot is just something you don't want to indulge in.
And even by them being like what you're saying, I'm not gonna move too fast on this because we'll get to things, you know, later on in the show about these things. But as you can kind of see the setup for these kind of things too. So the people that control what you see, hear, and you know what you read, or whichever way the audio, however it be, what's going into you. So. If we want to, we say so. Okay, we run the publications and we run the film stuff. If we want to perpetuate this something that's fake and then keep attention off us, we gonna make a movie. Like it always bothered me how they came up with movies about aliens to throw off something later on in the future so they could use that. You know, I ain't never seen one, but they always got a movie about one, and they always, for the beginning, been putting propaganda into the mind about UFOs and things like that, so that, you know, at a certain time, they may be able to use that card for something, because they've fabricated that as far as, you know, what we see and hear on TV and the movies and stuff. So,
but that's real talk, bro. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's a method to their madness. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You should say.
Yeah,
like you know that saying, the method is definitely a method to their madness. It is madness. Now to be able to discern, I mean to be able to decipher all of this, you got to understand how the media operates. Now, the media was put in place to inform the masses, but we all know that, you know, like today the media does way more than inform the masses. Just like we just said, media is everywhere. And the reason media is everywhere is not only to inform the masses, but in a much darker plot. Yeah. The mission is to distract, reprogram, and mislead the masses.
That's it right there.
That's the whole mission.
What my dude just said right there is it in a whole nutshell, like how people say in a nutshell. That's pretty much the whole campaign for that.
Basically, now y'all stay woke now. Don't be dozing, because we're gonna get real serious on this. Now we said something a minute ago about who controls the media, but let's ask an even deeper question: who really controls the media?
Yeah.
And now this is a very, very important question, bro, because whoever controls the mainstream media literally controls the world.
Yep. Pushing the agenda.
That is And that's no lie, bro. You know what I'm saying? And here's what's even crazier. When I was doing this research, because, you know, I like to do research on a lot of these issues that we talk about.
Right.
It said that it's impossible to find out who actually controls the MSM, that's mainstream media, or who the main top dogs are, because those entities that I mentioned earlier, like the studios, those are just the fronts, the visual aspects.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Those are not the powers that be. It said that even if you tried to investigate to find out who they were, and you was given everything at your disposal to do so, it still only leads you to a perceived ownership, which is only the name.
Yeah.
Mainstream media.
And the paper trail is just gonna stop. Like
Paper trail just disappears. Poof.
Straight out of thin air.
Sounds like something supernatural to me.
It is.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, and so the bottom line is finding out who the actual owners are has been made impossible for a very, very good reason.
Yeah.
Because like we said earlier, whoever controls the media controls the world.
Yeah. And they got the masses in their hands. I see so much of the control and been watching it even from the voting to the way that they have people feeling a false sense of safeness in their communities or whatever it is that they doing. The media got them. It's like the powers that be use the media as the middleman buffer. Like, you know what, y'all go out and they're gonna tell you if it's safe outside, it's not safe. We're gonna tell you this is the time to buy more whatever it is, health pills, drugs, whatever it is. They're gonna put it into the media because I think it was about like maybe 6 or 7 months ago where I forgot what it's a multimedia conglomerate that's on. I forgot exactly if it's in the Midwest or wherever it's at, but they had all their stations report on the same thing at that same hour, all the affiliate stations. So if you someone put it on YouTube, if you was to hear them all talk at the same time, it sounded like they all reading the same script at the same time. So that agenda came from one aspect and said, let's read, everybody put this out there.
Yeah.
So I'm saying at any time when something comes out, they're going to send a flash to all the multimedia facets and they're going to put that out there. And because people have so much trust with the media, they believe almost everything that these people are saying.
That's true. Just about everything that comes out, people believe it. A
lot of that sound over here and there, but believe me, y'all.
No, bro. That's absolutely right. And then you think about it. You say these people. So this is why these people have to remain anonymous. Whoever it is, and we're gonna get into that coming up. But it said, I read this in one of the articles. It said, after all, the business entity known as the corporation was created as a means to essentially hide, obfuscate, and disassemble. And I know a lot of people form corporations just to cover up or hide their money.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact. I'm just saying. I don't do it, but I'm just saying.
I'm gonna get me a corporation.
I know people do that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It's the corporation is formed to cover shit up.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Now, in one of the articles I read, when I was doing the research, they made a very interesting quote, bro.
Talk to me.
They said, when speaking on this issue about the mainstream media, they said, if the devil were to enter into an institution in which he could conduct his devilry with efficiency, speed, and success, this would be it. Mm-hmm. Mainstream media.
Yeah, you can. There's no other place you can get information out as fast as possible.
Yeah, shoot, y'all, stay woke. I said, Stay woke. We talking about who really controls what. Stay woke. Okay. Now, then this article goes on to say, it says, in light of this mundane reality, it is probably a good idea to revisit our first two laws of the land, where it concerns authentic world rulership, as follows. So y'all pay close attention to these laws of the land, because this is how it is governed, the deep, dark secrets. Law number 1. True worldly power never reveals itself. It always it always stays hidden from view. If you think you see it, hear it, feel it, then it is not real power. This abiding modus operandi is what allows true worldly power to stay in the ascendant position, as well as to continue to accrue even more power unto itself.
Yeah.
Law number 2. Secrecy is the very essence of its grip on mundane power. Therefore, it will always act with the utmost secrecy. With exposure comes vulnerability, and true worldly power will never risk such potential disclosure. Its superior position is forever maintained and solidified because it is a secret that no one except the power itself. Even those who reside close to the peak of the world power never know from whom the orders and dictates originate.
Hey.
So now I want to break down what I just read because I want to make sure I understand what this is saying. Now, in the Bible, it says, "For Satan keep disguising himself as an angel of light," meaning making himself be seen as something pleasant or something desirable. And there's also a saying that's been around for a very, very long time, for years. It says, one of the devil's greatest tricks is making people believe that he doesn't exist at all.
Yep.
Stay woke.
That was even quoted in Usual Suspects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He was talking about Kaiser Soze.
Stay woke. So again, let's ask the question, who really controls the mass media?
That information that you're saying, I'm glad you found that because it's all on point. You know, in my mind, not just in my mind, or I don't have no speculation, and I'm not no person just looking at for something like, this is just a setup. This is what it is. Real power does stay out the way. I mean, even go look into the animal kingdom. You got some animals that they don't expose themselves until they have to catch their predator, and then they go right back into hidden mode, whatever stealth mode of their surrounding. They'll look just like the surrounding, because true power doesn't want to avail itself, because you will be vulnerable. If you stick your foot out, try and come out, you just gonna get caught. So what the things that they do, they're using a lot of, this is some spiritual wickedness too. So a lot of these things aren't just the normal things people gonna see. There's also limited power with this thing. So it's some illusion, there's some things going on that's beyond paper and pencils.
Exactly.
What I'm trying to say.
And these are things that you, me, and quite a few other people already know. Mm-hmm. Those who train themselves, those who are Bible-based trained. You know what I'm saying? So, these secrets,
these setups and agendas
are really not secrets to us. Now, the majority of the world don't know about these things because they're going about their real, they're living their life, they doing what they doing, they maintaining. Not saying that there's nothing wrong with that because,
right.
But that's all part of what they're doing too.
It's a part of the thing.
They're putting on these extra loads.
Keep you distracted.
Right.
And occupied.
They put on these extra loads, everything in price is going up, so you have to work extra harder just to make ends meet. So you really don't have any time to really keep up with what's going on the news or what these people is doing behind closed doors. They make it like this. So while we're out here busting our ass and they're throwing all this entertainment in front of our faces, and when we do have time to sit back and relax, we just want to watch TV.
You just want to watch,
and you're being programmed with all this propaganda that they're sending your way. Of course, the majority of the human race is going to be lost and tossed about.
Not even concerned about the things. They keep you on a programmed agenda. Like, for instance, the media tells us, for instance, they tell us about there's a drought or some water. I get in the airplane, the water looks fine to me. When I'm looking over the thing, I don't see it. They perpetuate stuff like that. There's a drought for water. Turn off this or stop doing that. And they got you constantly thinking that, or they want you to think this way, or you have to do a vacation for you to every day. They're programming how you should feel or what's your happiness is what I'm saying. And we are missing the other shit. So they'll get us all scared thinking water about to run out. And ain't nothing wrong with the water.
Exactly, bro.
The water's straight. They talked about the ozone layer before. What are you talking about?
Talk about it. It's a comet coming that's supposed to hit the earth.
Like what are you talking about? You putting fear so that people go prepare for something. It's just the way that they know how to do this thing. We look like the skeptics. Because they do have the rest of the people dancing to this music. And look how they got us, our young crowd, not just on no black or nothing like that, but the hip-hop nation, they sleep as hell because they got them partying so hard too. So the things that the messages that they putting out, it goes right along with the same propaganda too. Just in a different way, different corner.
Indeed, man. Oh, yes. It's very serious out here, people. You know what I'm saying? And this can't be, I knew these things that I'm reading to y'all, I had an idea of this, like I said, because I know what the scriptures say. This is why y'all need to do research and read to at least see what they say before you say they're not real or somebody else wrote it or man wrote it. Don't listen to what everybody else say, because everybody else, them people, I guarantee you they ain't read it either. They don't know what it's saying. They're listening to what somebody told them. I guarantee you.
Exactly.
So I want to read some of this article. I'm going to just go back and forth in and out the article and read, paragraph. Then we just chime in, because it's some very, very good information. So
let's go.
It says about Microsoft. Internet-based media provides a glimpse into the real MSM story. Now, there are 3 companies and 3 individuals who exemplify how the alphabet soup government agencies totally control the mainstream media. Surely you have heard of Microsoft, Google, and Facebook. Is there any question that all 3 of these media corporations are CIA created? Now, that's something I didn't know.
I didn't know that neither.
I didn't know that. But it's true. Coordinated and controlled from the top down and bottom up. We are talking about as sophisticated an operation as you might find anywhere within the Anglo-American corporacy. Whatever that word is there. Okay, so then it says, let's deconstruct them in order of their appearance on the world scene.
Okay.
So here we go. It's getting deep, y'all. Pay close attention. Stay woke.
Talk to us.
Bill Gates' mother was prominently positioned on the board of directors of IBM, another CIA-controlled corporate op. And then he is mysteriously chosen to lead the new Microsoft Corporation in 1975. In light of all the corporate shenanigans displayed by Microsoft around the world since 75, does anyone believe that Bill Gates ever ran the show? An individual who is now pitching and peddling dangerous pharmaceutical vaccinations, inoculations and immunization shots throughout the entire global laboratory and marketplace. It's deep. Dang. This is the same Microsoft whose operating system, software, and miscellaneous applications are so full of holes that every user requires special antivirus protection provided by another CIA front company. What a scheme. How deeply do we have to penetrate this operation before you understood that DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, simply gave the original computing technology to their chosen golden boys of the West Coast who could be trusted to develop the industry just the right way? Mm-hmm. So that's basically what's going on with that whole thing, bro.
I didn't even know that, you know. And
yeah, it's real deep information, you know.
But the media once again to push it off like he's some genius. They just, you know what I'm saying, came up with all this on his own or something like that. When you just really front man for someone that put this stuff into your hands to control that, to pretty much push their whole agenda.
Oh yeah, bro. Okay, so look, we gonna Google is up next. And of course, quite vulnerable with their own version of government mail known as Gmail.
Now look, the stuff there, that was up under our nose too.
Right up under our nose. I had no idea.
I'm thinking the G stand for gangster, you know what I'm saying, or Gmail, because you know we call each other dog. I had no idea, and G-Man is what they call themselves.
And just so you know, people, like when I say like,
wow,
we know this. We knew this before we read this stuff. We knew the makings of it. We didn't know like the specifics because, you know, I really wasn't following it like that because I know the makings and I know the outcome. That's really all you need to know and believe.
Yeah, the intricacies. I didn't know everybody, all the little players.
You know what I'm saying? But like when you read it, really find out, it really starts to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what it says. After that, it says, first of all, I'll read that again. It says, of course, quite vulnerable with their own version of government mail known as Gmail. No one has ever seen anything like this massive worldwide data mining operation. Whatever you send by way of Gmail can end up just about anywhere on or off the internet. Their free long-distance telephone service also gives the FBI, NSA, and CIA a window into every free conversation you indulge in. Many of us now wonder if Google Incorporated if Google Inc. has been chosen to take all of the cyberspace. Just as their infamous search engine regurgitates and reiterates only what it wants you to see. So that part we already know. You know, they dish out what they want us to see. They control what goes out through the media. Because after all, the CIA plays a major part. These governments. That's
almost like a conflicting interest. You can't have a multimedia service and be the CIA at the same time. Gee, that ain't how that's supposed to go. That's why we don't know. The average citizen don't know that's what they have that.
Now listen to this part. This is where it really got deep for me. It says Google co-founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin fit the CIA corporate profile to the T, as does their name, Gog, rhymes with Magog, or rather Google, that is. Now, for those of y'all that don't read the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Gog of the land of Magog is where the Battle of Armageddon is fought.
Magog.
This is where all these world rulers all over the world have the audacity to think they're about to go to war against God himself.
Yep.
And they're going to gather up together and think they're going to win. This is what Armageddon is. It's not no nuclear propaganda they feed us on the Discovery Channel. It's not none of that propaganda or meteor hitting us or man blowing us up with their nuclear missiles. That's not going to happen.
That's not how my man right with that.
Stay woke. We up over here.
That's that. Yeah, just to chime in real quick, that is one of the multimedia things they put on to us. Even when I was a young kid, everything was going to be. The Russians were going to drop the bomb. It was just things there, and before that, there was a bomb. Before every time they keep people in fear about man's ability to end the world, when it's never even written like that. Man has no ability to do nothing to this world because it didn't create this world. So the stuff that they putting in there is lies. My man just told you the truth right here. Those are things that make you try to join up with some of these forces, you know.
That's real talk, you know what I'm saying? So let's continue reading on about these co-founders here. It says, always identified in college when they are young, impressionable, and ambitious. The media entrepreneurs of the past, present, and future are always unaware of the extent to which they have been specifically chosen to run the biggest psyops on the planet. These two are the quintessential.
Quintessential. What that is?
What the?
Something like that.
Always identified in college when they are young, impressionable, and ambitious. The media entrepreneurs of the past, present, and future are always unaware of the extent to which they have been specifically chosen to run the biggest psyops on the planet. These two are the quintessential example of CIA-appointed corporate executives who run a top-down power structure where perceived absolutely authority always reigns supreme at the peak of the pyramid. Ditto that for Microsoft and Facebook. So, these people, when they're chosen for these positions, they're not even told what position they're about to be put in. They're just basically placed there, basically trapped, put in a trick bag.
Hey, the trick bag.
Yeah. They put you in a trick bag and you stuck. You just like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you think you just taking on a nice little job, just gonna pay you some money. They tell you, you're gonna be a billionaire, you're gonna be very rich. But this is what's gonna happen. Sit down in that chair right there. This is what's gonna happen. And then
y'all know I like to go to movies, but just for that kind of thing, the Terminator 3, it was the same way.
As you go along.
Remember Terminator? I mean, it was just a movie, but the same way. The guy who was really running Skynet or whatever, for the thing, he was a black dude. He was unaware of what he was making. You know what I'm saying? It was just the agenda that was coming on later in the future. So that's why when they came back, Sarah Connor came back and had him try to destroy what he was making. Because he, like you said, he thought he was just working at the company, being an engineer and a scientist. He don't know that this is for a whole agenda to tear up for computers to take over. That's the movie side of it, I'm just saying, but same thing.
Oh, yeah, but definitely. Real. Hey, this is real talk, y'all. Hope y'all paying attention and y'all woke out there. So, look, we're going to move to Facebook. Lastly, we come to Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook. Do you ever wonder why all these CIA operations start out with a large group of investors, entrepreneurs, and pioneers, and always mysteriously end up with only one or two of them very firmly positioned at the very top? Zuckerberg's career with Facebook is the perfect illustration of how a CIA cutout is carefully and painstakingly placed at the pinnacle of the corporation hierarchy. Their selected leaders are then paid very handsomely, you just said that, in the form of so many stock options, bonuses, and obscene annual salaries that they will gladly follow every order that they are given by their overlords. There it is. Just to keep them in line, Facebook's IPO, initial public offering, is a perfect study into how Zuckerberg will be kept on a very tight leash for the rest of his life. Do you still remember the IPO of 2012 that keeps on crashing and burning? That one has generated more lawsuits against Facebook as well as Zuckerberg Corporation than any other in U.S. history. This legal snake pit is very similar to the one that hit Bill Gates, that Bill Gates found himself in for years, and Microsoft battled the U.S. government. So it's very, very serious, man. It says Google is likewise facing its own barrage of legal battles around the world. So that's sheds a little light on the whole Facebook issue. But the whole thing with the media, man, is very deep. You see, it's many levels. It's many levels to this, and like I said, the people on the forefront. That's just the visual aspect of the whole organization. Like we said, they've never been able to, find anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Because it stops with the puppets that they put in front.
Yeah, for real. It's crazy, bro. Because then it goes on to say, so therefore, there is really only one way to back into the answer to the question in the headline. By way of massive amounts of circumstantial evidence shown all over the planet, and especially the internet and even the MSM, one can begin to learn how to play this game of gotcha. All you have to learn is to do two things: throw the right dots up on the radar screen and learn how to properly connect those dots. With some deductive reasoning and refined intuition, a mosaic will begin to take shape, which will clearly show the intentions of those who truly control. By way of cause and effect, truth will always reveal itself. How can it not? Real talk.
The coldest part too with these dudes and everything.
We talking about real conversation here this evening.
It's just the fact that they think that they really, I don't even know, I don't even know if they think they're going to get away with it or not. I don't even know what they think the outcome. They done forgot about God, because they got a great little scheme if there was no God to see this, what they see, but what they do, because they got it hidden. Man can't see this.
they think, the thing is, bro, they know exactly what the outcome is.
Mm-hmm.
They've read the Bible.
Yeah.
They know what the outcome is. They believe it. That's why they believe it. That's why they're taking the steps they're taking. They don't want the people to believe it because the people won't believe, won't need them anymore.
Won't follow them no more. Sure won't. You won't.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So they that's why, you know what I'm saying, it's so much false religion out there. They got people out there so confused, and it's like I said, it's propaganda in every aspect of our lives, whether it's religion, whether it's politics, sports,
whether it's let's just take it to food. At a certain time, at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, around dinner time, they're going to program food channels, food commercials in here.
Exactly.
Because they're petitioning for your idea about what your choice is to eat. So they want to tell you Pizza Hut, family night, or Kentucky Fried Chicken. And you're like, you know what? I'm about to go Kentucky Fried Chicken. They just told you what to eat tonight.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just that simple, but the things that go inside your head like that, that's just what influences you. When you could have had a choice of your own if you never watched the TV and said, I'm about to cook some pork chops right now. Something. You know what I'm saying? My own thought, a real wholesome dinner, but I done went out and bought some KFC.
Then it goes, says, then all that's left to do is to determine whose intentions might be behind any given breaking global drama or purposefully timed regional calamity or deliberately engineered national tragedy.
Yeah.
With the exception of those apocalyptic events which are directed by Mother Earth herself. I'm going to say God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All others are moved by premeditated intentions. It says, with the exceptions of those apocalyptic events which are directed by God, all others are moved by premeditated intention. Especially during these days of unparalleled planetary transformation, each and every happening has been calculated and sculpted with great purpose. And it is the MSM's job to make sure that purpose is kept secret and attributed to anything but the truth. In this manner, and through awesome amounts of repetition, the followers of the MSM are virtually always guaranteed to get it wrong, as they do each and every time. So it's real, man.
That's way out, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy out here, bro.
That's way out of MSM.
It is. Then it says this. This was good too, y'all. Pay attention. Secondly, because there are so many layers of deception and levels of operation and buffering realities, an outsider would have to be Merlin to make it through in one piece.
That's right.
And then be sober and sane enough to arrive at the right conclusions. The twilight of Kali Yuga, just about guarantees by its density that certain truths may not be known by the common man or otherwise. Not even the rich and powerful will come into possession of the knowledge of who really controls the mainstream media. Mm-hmm. Particularly these titans of industry and commerce are kept in the dark, and for very good reason. Just look at how many fall every day. Some very far and very hard, no matter what their station in life, an amount of wealth and political influence or position of power. Now let's stop here, because that's very interesting. Now, we've seen all these big people in the media fall.
Yep.
All these accusations coming from Michael Jackson, from
Bill Cosby
to... Now you have to stop and think. Is it orchestrated?
Yeah.
Because you think about it, everybody's story sounded the exact same way. Our dumbass is like, oh, everybody said it.
Yeah.
But the same exact story?
Same thing.
Everybody.
It seems now with my thing on that, it seems like they got something on all these people of power. Like, for instance, they got, like, whatever star is it right now, they got something on them. And when you go against a system, or you try to go against a system, if I feel... that's when they finna be like, hey, we're gonna show you these pictures or whatever it is. We got you in this compromising position or whatever it is. And they finna just start making things. You finna be, all right, you know what? we know he a pervert, or we know he do what he do. We've been letting it go on for a long time, but you don't want to do what we want you to do. Put the hammer on him. Expose the world to what he is. You know what I'm saying? Because how does it all come out so late on these big stars? They know this stuff going in. It's just that they bring the hammer down when I don't know if they want to, go further along with their agenda or not. Or they may buck the system. Who knows?
Yeah, bro. It's just, it's real serious, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes you think. Like, we said it all the time. I had an idea. It's just very, very peculiar. You know what I'm saying? Because it's known that Bill Cosby tried to buy the network.
Yeah. That really still staying with me with NBC.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a lot of things that make sense. Just like they said, no matter what power of position you're in, how much money you have, what race you are.
Yeah, there's a point. I'm glad you said that too, because there is, to the powers that be, color is not a scheme. Exactly. Color ain't even in the issue. That's something that we down here dwelling with on that, bro.
No. The powers that be know how to
manipulate the colors, and
they know
use
how
it against
to
people.
Manipulate the colors to keep everything divided again.
Yep.
As a distraction. Everybody not getting along, that's a distraction in itself.
Oh yeah.
All the races separated, nobody never be able to come together to figure this out. That's the plan. Keep everybody divided and separated so they don't have time to figure us out. And all the people that do sit up and talk about it like us, they're just gonna be looked at as crazy. And they don't know what they're talking about, or extremists.
Keep them separated so they never can get together and talk about the truth and figure out you the one that's lying. There's 5 people in the room, there's one person lying. But if you keep all the people separated out the room, you'll never know who the liar was.
Yeah, bro. Like, so all that stuff you see, like just all the stuff, even like all the stuff like we talked about before, when we talked about the stuff, that's what they had to do. Back in ancient time, like back in Rome and stuff, they had to you have to keep the people
in the dark.
No. You have to keep them consumed while you're keeping them in the dark. Mm-hmm. Because you can't keep them in the dark and don't give them nothing to do.
Yeah, you got to keep them doing something. Yeah, that's real.
Because everybody's going to wonder what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to concentrate on what you're not doing that you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
So they're going to give us this sport, bro. That's why everything is full-fledged now. Bro, like, just a few years ago, like, sports wasn't on, like, 24/7, just 24/7.
Yeah, it's on 24/7.
Even when football season is done, it's on the whole year. There's news going on 24/7, and they don't be having nothing to talk. They talk about the same
every day,
the same thing every day, making shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like throwing propaganda out there. Oh, LeBron's going to play over here. He said his kid's going to the school over there.
Yeah,
nobody really knows that. You know what I'm saying? It's just propaganda that they throwing out to keep people's mind on what LeBron James going to do. In the meantime, it really don't make a difference what team LeBron James is going to play for. And in the meantime, they over here plotting against our lives.
Plotting against, with things we never going to see plotting, bro.
But real talk. And we over here worried about what team this man going to play for. Not hating on him because I'm a big LeBron James
and fan. No doubt. Shouts out to the King. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying, these are the distractions. And it's a basketball player that is very woke. He plays for the Boston Celtics. I forget Brown. I think his name is Brown. He plays for the Celtics. He said that the media is a distraction to a lot of real issues that goes on in the world.
It really is,
bro. A lot of people know this. You know what I'm saying? You got this.